What is up, RC enthusiasts? It's David from Run.RC again, here to talk about these WPL C24s and C14s. Yeah, I'm here to talk about what I've done to improve them and little tips and tricks that I think work out in fixing some of the little quirks that these things have. So stay tuned and we'll go ahead and go through some of these. Alright, first we will go with a mod. First mod I'll talk about is tires. Now, as you see right here, these are the stock kit tires for both these kits. Now, if you have the RTR tires, you know, this mod might benefit you as well, so you might want to give it a try. There you go. Pretty sure you guys noticed that. The tires are cut on that one. You can actually see the cuts. Here is it side by side with a stock tire. So there you go. You can see that I've cut these bigger lugs right here. These two lugs right here, I cut those two off. And that makes it look just like that. So yeah, just by doing that, I gave myself a lot more grabbing surface instead of sliding through all the lugs. Now it's got some grab. It'll probably wear the tires out a little bit faster, but hey, it'll be worth it if it crawls a lot better. Now my next one for that one is I'm gonna go ahead and remove these longer lugs only for this truck right here. And see how that works out too, just to change the way the tire tread looks, you know, so it doesn't always have to look like this. To my next no cost mod is gonna have to be the steering linkages. Now here's how they look like factory stock. Now this is a truck that's never been run. Pretty much this is just my assembled shelf queen, I call it. So yeah, there's the suspension system, the suspension steering links. And this is how the stock configuration goes, as installed, as well as I can install it without help from the instructions. But as you can tell on this setup, there is quite a lot of bump steer. As you can see, when I move the suspension up and down, that tire actually turns. So we call bump steer. Really don't want that. I mean, it's not a big deal with these little toys, you know, especially if you're just using it to play around with, but you know, people like me go OCD on that sometimes. So what I did at first, before I show you that one, was grab the metal links. Now it did solve some of it, but not all of it. As you notice, I did have to bend that mounting location a little bit to accommodate for the higher lift I have on this truck, and that is partly due to me still having a little bit of bump steer on this, is because of how high it is and how sharp this angle is right here. But I can correct that a little bit, and I'll show you how I did it if you have all the stock components. Now we go to this guy right here. Now I know this one has the metal hubs, steering hubs, but don't worry about that. It's still the same if you have the plastic ones. Now if you notice, I have both links attached on the top. And if you take a look under there, you will notice that that link is straight instead of having that curve like the factory one. And all I did was melted this with a torch lighter and then bent it straight and held it straight until it cooled that way. And that helped a lot of the bump steer. I don't know if you can tell. Oh yeah, and one other thing too, so if you notice, the servo, the horn, is offset towards the right a little bit. And you will need to do that to help resolve some of this bump steer too. So this is what I did. You know, the least modifications needed to get this to be done. And if you notice, when you move the steering, well, let's straighten the steering first so it doesn't look like it's moving. See that? No bump steer. I could even move one side of the axle alone, separate from the other side, and there's no bump steer in that. So yeah, that's the easiest fix. Now the suspension moves freely front and rear. It feels exactly the same front and rear. Instead of being all stiff like it used to be in front, it feels exactly the same front and rear now. Yeah, and here you can see here's all stock steering components. You can actually tell right there that you can do that same system I did with the other one with the plastic hubs. You just move everything to the top, and then you're gonna have to bend this. So those are my 2 tips and mods. One other tip I have, if you're running, which one of these has it? I don't even remember. If you're running the stock gearbox still, you're gonna hear rocks and stuff fly out of this one. Sorry, this one was just at the desert. I got a piece of quartz that just came out of that. Well, my next mod is drilling out these little holes. Now I didn't even use a drill for these. I just literally used a screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, a really small one, and just twisted it until it went through the plastic. Now that right there will eliminate water being held in this compartment if you're running water. So it lessens the chance of water seeping into the transmission, because as soon as it gets in there, it evacuates instead of hanging out in there and having a chance to get inside the transmission. So that's just one little mod I did right there. And let's see what else. And for you 2-speed guys, I'm pretty sure you've seen this on my other waterproofing video, but covering the motor with some sort of, stocking or sock that's really thin, gluing it all around the motor to make sure all the holes are covered by this sock. That eliminates debris from getting in there and helping you a lot with keeping that motor running for a long period of time. So that's good to do too. And one recommendation I always have for these things, unfortunately they come with plastic gears and everything, so I do recommend, the metal parts upgrade. It is like $31.99 sometimes you find it for, sometimes less if you have a coupon, but it is the price of the truck pretty much, but it will save you a lot of headache and it'll make the truck way more enjoyable having that upgrade, because it will be way more reliable. You will not sit there and run it the first day and try some crazy hard obstacle and strip all those plastic parts and just be frustrated with these things. So I don't even go through any of that. I get rid of that issue, just upgrade it right away and it'll be fine. Now this one right here was upgraded from box stock kit. I just went straight to upgrading it. This one, it's never gonna see runtime probably. It's just a model that sits on my shelf. She just looking pretty right now too. Yep. This one right here, I kept pretty much stock for a while and didn't really mess anything up. The gears did start making weird noises and stuff, but now it's got the full ball bearings, metal ring and pinions, the metal steering linkage, not steering linkage, but metal C-hubs, steering hubs. It has got only one metal drive shaft for now, because I'm using the other one on the B36 back there. This front drive shaft has been pretty reliable because I haven't changed the angles really on this, and it's not too bad, surprisingly, on this one. So that's been pretty reliable that way, and that is still a stock gearbox that originally came with this one, because the gearbox that was originally in this stripped, and I ended up modding it and turning it into a higher speed gearbox to put into this truck, and turning this truck into a rear-wheel drive pre-runner style truck. But this truck right now is still under construction, so wait to see what else I have done going for this. But pretty much this is my only truck that's fully done in the group. Of course, this will never see any modifications or anything, but this is the only one that I've got to where I like it. So yeah, that's a pretty good one. I can recommend these trucks. You just have to upgrade them. buy this truck, buy the upgrades, be done with the issues, and go out and have some fun with it. So yeah, those are my little tips, tricks, and mods I've done to these. And I do have other videos that explain more into what other things I've had done to these things, but pretty much this one's staying the way it is, so is this one. This one we don't know what's going to happen to, and this one's going to be a two-wheel drive pre-runner style truck that hopefully will be able to go faster than regular. I'm not trying to break any record speed with it, just something reliable, go fast, have fun, probably tow some stuff. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching this long video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope it gave you guys some information you guys needed or wanted. So go out there and have some fun. Have a great day. Go run that RC.